right, good morning. Let me get my fat self centered here. I'm working on the weight thing. Oh, I am. Anyways, hopefully I'm not sounding squirrely. Justin P, good morning. Am I sounding okay? Let me know. Got some cool new white PacWest Bigfoot mugs now. LOL, morning. Am I sounding okay? These are the new t-shirts. Boom. I love them. Morning, morning. Good morning. Caught it live. JL, what's up? Good morning, sir. Am I sounding okay? The quality's fine. Not too crazy or anything like that. Shout out from Utah. Utah, what's up? Loving Utah. Sounds fine. Okay, awesome, awesome, awesome. And what do your kids get you for Christmas? My kids get me the coolest stuff in the world, and I'll put it on real quick. Hold on one second. That's what my kids get me for Christmas. It's so awesome. Awesome, awesome. I think I had... Oh, I had something written down. I know I did. First and foremost, had the winner, Brian, from the for this month's giveaway. Your stuff is already out. It's already off. It's on the way. It's gonna be great. Got you. Actually, I got you the logo one, but these are the new kind of baseball, and this is the new one of the new designs that I had created. So it was kind of cool. I really like these shirts. I've got this one. I've got the logo. My wife is like, quit buying coffee mugs. I buy my own stuff. So it's pretty cool. So it's pretty awesome. I really like it. I love the community here. Just letting you guys know I'm having just a great day. There's this big bright shiny thing up in the Pacific Northwest sky. I have no idea what it is, but I think it's gonna stick around today or for a couple days. So it's kind of weird though. Right on. Shout out from West Ireland. My grandmother and my great grandfather, they came from there. So there you are. Ireland. That is awesome. North Carolina. What's up? All right. Now, once they release the memo, I'm actually I've been tweeting to Trump on messages to release the Bigfoot memos. That's what I've been doing. Actually, I have been for the fun of it. I was like, dude, could you at least release the memos on Bigfoot too? That would be so sweet. We'll see what happens there. Anyways, good morning, Seattle, PacWest. Welcome. Let's see here. I think we're streaming okay. If the streaming gets a little weird or off or anything, it does sometimes. It's just because we're there. Let's see, loud and clear. Everybody's hearing me good. Okay, because I wanted to share something real quick. I am actually going to be putting together a little resources page. It's going to have some of the really cool books that I really love to read. It's going to have both nonfiction and fictional stuff. So it's going to have, the campfire like storybooks and novels, plus some of the more research books. Also links to different places I love to go for different interviews and just Bigfoot reports and Bigfoot updates and things like that. Hello from Ontario. Nice. Tasmania. What? Nice. Gosh, we're getting them from Australia today, honey. This is awesome. That's my wife back there. Just to let you guys know, real quick before I introduce what I wanted to share with you a little bit today, and then we'll get into our conversations. PacWest Bigfoot is a great little place where I have these little live things, YouTube live here that I do, the interviews that I do, I actually have reports on the website now. I'm taking reports, so if you guys have any cool little reports, you can go there and you can get up in the tab there or scroll down on the front page. It'll say leave your report. You can fill that out and send it to us. That's all of the factual cool stuff that's happening in here. The PacWest Bigfoot stories themselves, usually the little campfire-like stories I put out every Friday. Here's the deal, and I always do this. This is just kind of a this is my own disclaimer. I do not do any sort of background fact checking into that. These are based on other people's claims, whether they're true or not. I don't really care. Take it or leave it. I take them, and some of them I have to get really creative with. Some of them I do not, but yet I turn them into more campfire-like stories, and then I read them back for you here on YouTube. And I really enjoy it. It's like old-time shows, and it's like that old-time, awesome kind of Native American storytelling kind of a atmosphere here, and that's what I wanted. I wanted us to be able to curl up with some good Sasquatch coffee and a great little campfire-like story based on somebody's, experience or claim that they, claim of something they've experienced, and just enjoy it and freak each other out. So that's what I wanted to do. I hope you guys enjoy that. Florida. Actually, tell you the truth, I was born in Florida, in Pensacola on the naval base. Yeah, so there you have it. Embellishments. Basically, I guess you could say it's kind of like that. I guess embellishments has kind of a negative annotation to it, I guess, but not really. It's really just filling in the story, making it into a story, So, speaking of stories, I actually have a awesome little fiction novel that I'm reading right now. Shadow in the Woods. Don't go in. Boom. There it is. And there is JP. I think it's Choquette or Choquette. Anyways, this is an awesome lady. I believe her first name is really Joy. And you can find her right back here. And anyways, she is actually the author of this book, and I suggest you guys get this book. I'm actually reading it right now. I'm about 3 chapters in, 3.5, maybe 4 chapters in, and I'm totally enjoying it. I've already gotten to the point where they're freaked. Somebody's missing a bag. There was some eye shine. Somebody saw a face. It's really awesome. So if you like to curl up with a nice, I would say suspenseful, not horror, not thriller, but more suspenseful kind of Bigfoot novel starting this week, and I suggest you grab this as quickly as you can. Great book, and I wanted to give her a shout out, and I wanted to also tell her thank you for sending this to me and signing it for my children. Awesome. So there you are. Let's see here. SoCal. Welcome, Carlos. Hello from Ontario, Florida. Nice. Everybody's here. Right on. I just have to say, I'm so happy you guys are here. It's just awesome. I love it. What do we want to chat about? I know the first week of every month and the third week I'll spend about 45 minutes to an hour right here live with you guys, kind of giving you some updates of what's going on with PacWest Bigfoot. Hey, Mr. Super 101. Giving you some updates about PacWest Bigfoot, a little bit of updates that I've learned throughout the Bigfoot community itself, things like that. I know there was some really good get-togethers this week, or last week. I think it was this week, Bigfoot in the community. I was watching James Bobo Fay on a live Facebook the other night. I was invited to. That was awesome. That was a great. I really liked hearing a little bit about his own experiences and stuff like that. So it was pretty awesome in Northern California. 9 a.m. here. Good morning. It is 9 a.m. here. Up in Port Orchard, Washington. Nice. That's a beautiful place. Emmett Smith and Roy Jones Jr. Hey, you got that right. Port Orchard. I had some family that lived up that way for a while. St. Louis, nice. Northern California, NorCal. If you guys ever have a chance, also, you can follow him on Instagram, but Brown Dwarf that pops on here from time to time. That guy has the most amazing, cool pictures and stuff just out and about at different Bigfoot festivals, museums. He does his own research and everything out and about, has videos on YouTube. Just search out the old brown dwarf, and if he pops on here, if we get him on here today, I'll have him share a little link to his basically his channel username here on YouTube, if we can get that in there. I don't think it allows for links in here unless unless I find the setting that allows it. So, um, Emmett, Emmett. That was actually my dad's middle name. I tried contacting him at the encounters, but I guess he dropped through. Try again. Yes, please do, Deb. If you want to, hit me at PacWestBigfoot@gmail.com, PacWestBigfoot@gmail.com, and I'll be able to grab that there today. Lots of live stuff. Yeah, lots of live stuff going on. Do you get many stories from Utah? I actually get a few stories from Utah. I haven't really added Utah in there. As more of a, as far as the campfire-esque stories are concerned that I work on every week. I'll take somebody's 4 or 5 paragraphs report or their own little story, and I'll fluff it up and create the imagery and create all this stuff around it. Sometimes I create what they do for a living. I'll go that far as well. However, the actual encounter, what they saw and how they felt and experienced, what they experienced is actually what they claim to have happened. So what I do is I try to try to make you feel that through the words that I use. And so I'm trying. I'm not the best writer in the world. I'm really working on a lot of grammar stuff. So if I would have known I was going to love blogging and writing as an adult, especially with my passion of Bigfoot, I surely would have paid more attention in high school. So there you go. Let's see here. On Brown Dwarf. Yes, Brown Dwarf. That's you want to get hold. Oh my God, I have to tell you. He just has the best. He just has some great stuff out there. I love it. Maryland, welcome, welcome. And don't forget, guys, grab your book, Shadow in the Woods. Don't go in. I don't have an affiliate link or anything like that to this right now, and I don't really care to. I'm reading it myself. Absolutely love this. And when I send you guys out some stuff over the next few months, the winners, you guys will get one of these little cards in here from Joy, so from JP. So there you go. Hey, Boozer. What's up, Steve? Steve is actually one of my good friends, and he's been a client, a customer of mine, a client of mine for internet marketing and consulting, and so pretty cool. Great story today, and you're doing a great job. A fan from Montana. Thank you so very much, Robert. Greatly appreciated. I always wanted to be more of the, 60-40 or 75-25, 75% entertainment here and share of awesome, cool Bigfoot encounter stories. That's what I wanted to do. I didn't want to become kind of the BFRO or anything like that. There's lots of people out there like Utah Sasquatch out there. Snowwalker, he's a great guy. He's got some good stuff out there. BFRO is also absolutely awesome. There's Brown Dwarf. Let's see, William Jevening, good friend of mine. Gunnar Monson and their group up there, Shane Corson, the Olympia Project. They've got probably some of the best research going on the planet when it comes to Bigfoot. So I didn't want to become that. I didn't want to become that. I wanted to kind of get out here and when you guys can get out and do your research and you end up being more of an enthusiast like me because I got 5 kids. This is for me. It's kind of like at least I hoped it would be. It would just be that place where when you can't get out there and you can't get out in the field, or maybe you're out in the field and you're not out there right yet, but you just want to listen to some cool Bigfoot stuff and maybe get some ideas and more thoughts going on. I just wanted to be that place that entertained and kept people on the go, on the search, kept people get their engines revved about the whole subject of Bigfoot. So that's what I wanted to do. 5 kids, I got 7. Where did you adopt them all? How do I feel about Sasquatch Chronicles? Another great place. It's like me when I get lots of different reports here and there. It's not that I buy into everything that I listen to or that I read or that I receive myself. I don't buy into and believe everything that I've heard there. However, I like to be entertained about Bigfoot because I've actually seen my own evidence, footprints in the woods. I've actually had something approach a tent at night and walk off literally. So for me, places like Sasquatch Chronicles is more of it's not just entertainment for me. I think it's 50-50. I think it's entertainment and it's just great stuff. Notes from the Field podcast over there from William Jevning. Same thing. Wonderful thing. A lot of great research. I think William Jevning is probably one of those John Greens of our day, and Rene Dahindens. And I know he'd be like, no, I'm no Rene. He was good friends with Rene, but I'm telling you, it's a great place to learn a lot. He's a great individual to learn a lot of stuff from. Cascade Bigfoot video where it shows rocks being thrown at them. No, but I heard about it the other day, and I am going to take a look at it as soon as I can tomorrow. Mission successful. Your stories are very entertaining. Thank you so very much, Casey. What was the best story for you besides your own? Personally speaking, I really enjoyed the one of the first ones out here I ever did about the Cleelam Bigfoot, the guy that was like out there in the cabin. That one freaked me out. And when he sent me that, he sent me a pretty good sizable story. And a report. What have you got? Stories, reports. What's the same? It's the same thing. He sent me a pretty sizable story, and I'm really just filling in the blanks with colorful trees and things like that. His incident probably freaked me out. Another one was William Jevnings as a kid. When he was younger, he had two incidents with Bigfoot up around. Where's he from? He's in Washington, southern part of Washington, south of. Anyway, just over the Oregon border, I guess. Anyways, his is just absolutely awesome. I think on Sasquatch Chronicles, one of my very favorites there ever, and you have to go back in time for this, is within the first like 5 to 10 shows. It was about the camper guy who we were down in the hairpin turn of a horse camp, and it was in Washington, I guess, and it walks into his camp, walks out of his camp, and then the next night there's mumbling. That was one of my best. He didn't really see anything, but what he experienced was just awesome, and you just knew. Puyallup, Washington. That's an awesome place. Welcome, Arlo. That is, that's just. That was a great encounter. And there was another one from a lady at that time, and they were all around her house all the time up in Washington, and that also was a great one. Since then, I've heard some really cool ones, but I've also heard some pretty crazy doozies that I'm just like, well, that was entertaining. So, and of course, I have some of those too that just seem kind of like, that's pretty entertaining. But that's about as far as it goes. So I swear I thought at first it was some kind of program. You mean the Sasquatch Bigfoot? Oh, Bigfoot Eyewitness Radio. Oh, with Nick. Nick, I actually love that show. I love that show. I love the way he talks. It's just so monotone, awesome. I love I love the interviews. They're very simple. He gets to the point. There's not a lot of jib jab in it. It's pretty straightforward. I really enjoy that. One of my faves is the Two Boys Abandoned House Dare. I like that one too. That was pretty cool. I don't know if it was my favorite per se. My other favorite was one of the other recent ones where the Bigfoot actually made an X out of the two trees, the fisherman one. That one, all I got was like the paragraphs is, this is what it did, this is what it did next, this is the sound it made, this is what it looked like, and then, I mean, that was it, and I don't even think that was a person's real name, so. But I enjoyed it. I like to fly fish, so that's just how that is. Jevning's experience was in Puyallup, Washington. Gosh, I believe it was. I'm pretty positive it was, but I think there's a town around there that he was raised in. So It could have been that. I can't remember. I'll have to call him later. I actually got the guy on speed dial. Um, Jeffings, yeah. So let's see here. Is this where you release the memo? Release the memo. Oh my gosh, this is going to be a really outrageous weekend for us here in the U.S. Real quick, on a more political note, real quick, I think you should release the memo, and I think people that do those kinds of things need to be held to the fire. I think they need to be in jail if it is true, and that's just how it is. I also think that they ought to release the dang memo on Bigfoot, for crying out loud, and I'm going to keep bugging Trump about it for the next 3 years. Bear. I know what you're talking about, Nick. Bear. They were sass out of his window. You're talking about Coonbo. Coonbo, gosh, that's wild. You know, sometimes there's things that get so wild for me, I'm just like, I don't know what to think about it. So I get like a little, I don't know, I'm like, okay, we'll see. Um, so, you know, like I said, half and half. You know, I listen to stuff like that. It's half entertainment for me, half information. Do you believe there is a government coverage on Bigfoot? I do. As a matter of fact, the very last story, the one that I put out there today, is another one of my favorites. If I had to have like a top 5, this would probably be my 4th or 5th. This one came to me from, basically it started with the kid, the son, and then eventually I was given the just the basics. So I had to fill in a lot of stuff in there, but I was given the basics of it. I like that. It made a lot of sense to me, and the whole cover-up part of it. Her father did work for the USFS, and there was kind of a, I don't know if it was as bad as I made it sound or anything like that, but there was kind of, from what I understand, a little tongue lashing or something that happens for, you know, even bringing up the subject. So is there something going on higher levels? You know what? Apparently there's something going on at higher level of the FBI that they don't want us to know about. So Bigfoot, I'm pretty sure, you know, I mean, these guys don't even want us to know that they're lying out their faces and being political with their positions in the FBI. I'm sure that there's something out there that, yeah, I believe they're covering it up. I really do. You know, I've never been much for the whole alien thing, just to be honest with you. I get it, you know, to each his own. But Bigfoot, that's a physical creature that I believe that not only is there evidence for in creation itself, but in all honesty, I don't see why it couldn't exist now. I mean, we're discovering things all the time that were supposed to be extinct millions of years ago, and we're finding out that they've only been around for maybe 10,000 years, and they're still around now. So, as far as I'm concerned, I'm a young earther, and yeah, I think there's so many things around today that still exist, and I think that Gigantopithecus. I was asked that the other day. Good morning, Keith. And I'll get to some of your other stuff real quick, questions, but somebody asked me, do you think Gigantopithecus is just another form of Bigfoot? I don't think it's not another form of Bigfoot. I think it is Bigfoot. Period. That's my belief. So, yeah, it's intense. It is. He's pretty intense. That Kumbo can be intense, man. It's like, I'm like, he makes me nervous at night. I can't listen to it at night because then I can't go to sleep because I'm like, oh my gosh. So that's basically, though, Deb, what I think Bigfoot is. You've seen Thinker Thunker's latest of a Sesame tree in Alberta. Really good video. No, I haven't. I'll have to check that out. That's a good one. Thank you for letting me know that. I'll see that video. As a matter of fact, you guys can follow PacWest Bigfoot on Facebook, and I like to put up videos and things that I find here and there as well. I saw the Captain Amazing video. Let's see. Any other questions in here? I'm gonna hang out for another half hour here, guys. So we got some time this morning. Mm, let's see. I think the motive is for cover up. What is the motive for cover up? God, what's the motive for any cover up? I mean, usually it's really just it's like anything else. There's three reasons wars are fought: money, power, and women. As far as Bigfoot cover-ups and alien cover-ups, that just has to do with straight up money and power. Power through the technology or power through the information at hand. This could have everything to do with money and power, because the thing is that you've got some people that, just, I know, they got it, they're in there, so that's their power. But at the same time, it could be money. It could be things like, the lumber industry. It could do with tourism. Tourism in Oregon and Washington and Northern California is absolutely huge. And with that, California keep becoming so expensive, Oregon and Washington are starting to see an influx of a lot of tourist cash. So, yeah. Hey, First Clad, your stuff will be on the way Monday or Tuesday as soon as my wife gets down to the mailbox. Post office. And I walk by it every morning, but it's not open. So, what is the reason for that? I think it's a little bit of both. I think it's a little bit of a power trip that our government has, and I think at the same time it has everything to do with a money situation. It has to do with all of a sudden protecting something, under certain, under certain laws, which could really hurt certain industries. So that's just my idea. It comes down to money. Camping passes. Money at the national parks, they close so much. They'd lose a ton, probably. Not to mention, people would be freaked out. I mean, would you take your kids up there? You're like, Bigfoot's real. Now all of a sudden everybody's listening to David Paulides, and every mother's like, dude, I am never going camping again. Do some research, but back then, chicken pizzas was elusive. I mean, to where they were hardly ever seen. I'm thinking that they were probably just as elusive. Human beings have this insane, intense thing to like create community, to come together all the time. Matter of fact, God told them, he's like, please go out into the world and populate and just do this and do this. Instead, they came together and they built this tower thinking they could be gods, and all of a sudden God was like, I'm changing languages, I'm doing this. I want you guys to fill the earth. I want the earth filled with you because I love you so much. I want it filled with you. And once again, they start making these cities. However, they started filling and populating the earth, and I think that's an awesome thing. And I think that over the years, we created these cities, and we still had these communities. And while we filled the earth, we were looking for the easy way, and we're looking at the fertile valleys where rivers flow and things like that for farming and agriculture. And these things preferred those more mountainous areas for the food and the everything that was comfortable for them. And I think that just over the centuries and even a millennia, these things, I just think that their populations are not as high as people think they are. And I think that I think like a mountain gorilla, they live in the mountains. It's just how it is. Do they wander past that? I think from time to time, like any other animal, they'll wander into, a tiger wanders into a village. A Bigfoot wanders onto an apple farm. Admits they can't control a crazy cryptid-type creature. There'd be rednecks with guns here in Maine. Trust me, I got a redneck. I fish a lot. Whenever I enter the national forest where I like to fish, I stop at the ranger station asking if they're in Bigfoot today. They always just laugh at me. I will keep asking. I would totally keep asking that. And eventually, sometimes just poke your head and go, anything today? All right, later. Just make it snappy sometimes for fun. As a matter of fact, you know what you ought to do, Casey? And I'm just going to give you this as kind of, and this is actually marketing advice too. I'm going to tell you this real quick. You know what I would do the next time that you go up there and you head out and you go to the Forest Service? I would bring them a little box of donuts and some coffee and drop it off to them and just say, hey, any Bigfoots today? Once in a while, if you do that, I'm telling you right now, someone's going to soften up. It just happens. You're going to build that rapport with them. They're going to like you enough to where something's going to either be given directly or indirectly. There you go. If you guys like that tip, let me know. I think that's I think I'm going to start doing that. My Forest Service stuff is just, it's about 1.5 miles right into town there. I like the newest video. Me too, First Ironclad. I love that new one. That's a good one. That's one of my favorites. Casey's like, great idea. Do next time. I would too. I mean, what are you spending, altogether? About $10, flipping donuts at Fred Meyer or like the donut shop, and then, like 4 or 5 coffees. Just get a little carafe of coffee and take it to them, drop it off, say, hey, hey. See what they say. You never know. I'm telling you, someone will lighten up. Something will pop or slip out on accident or on purpose. Did you hear about anything about families of Bigfoot seen fleeing to the hills during the Alaska tsunami warning? A couple of families going higher ground. I have to admit that I did actually hear a little something. I have some friends that live up in Alaska. They actually live out of Sitka. Literally, they were just like, hey, dude, I got something for you. They are not Bigfoot believers. They're not. As a matter of fact, they're like it's not only is it not true, but they think it's like some sort of conspiracy that anyways, they were like, we heard some really cool stuff if you want it for your Bigfoot thing. And there was a couple little stories that were coming out there. I just heard of one where I think it was a brother and a sister and a mom had seen could have been a female or something. It was like one Bigfoot and then a couple little smaller ones running up the side of this mountain, just, I mean, literally real fast. And they were like, it wasn't people. It was just solid blackish in color, and they were just running, and they just hit this open area up on the side of the hill where it was just open. There wasn't any trees, and they went from there and then into the other trees up the mountain. So that's just something I heard. I'm gonna try to see if I can grab a report from somebody though. Bigfoot coffee and donuts. I'm telling you, I'd like to have a drive-through Bigfoot coffee stand. Oh gosh. Trying to talk Gunner into it. So hit up Sasquatch Coffee. Tell Gunner, dude, get Boozer a Sasquatch Coffee drive-through stand. And that really is my last name. So, yep. So unsub, no honesty here. Have no idea what you mean there, puppy. But go ahead. Don't hit you in the butt. Yeah, no, I'll tell you what, there are people in here in this community that are pretty hardcore, and you run into them sometimes, and they're just, it has to be fact. There's no room for entertainment, room for campfire stories and community and fun at all. And the funny thing is, though, is that I always tell them, it's like, so you want 100% fact. What 100% fact do you have? And how do I know that's 100% factual? I don't. And neither do you. Until you see it with your own eyes. I saw footprints. I had my experience at middle of the night. Okay, so those are my facts. 100% proof positive to me. At least 99.9% proof positive to me that something happened. I'm good with that. But I'm not going to sit there and go, oh, because I think I still listen to Kunpo. Okay? I still listen to it because I find it entertaining and I find it interesting. That's it. That's it. But I'm not going to go around judging people on whether or not I believe that, I mean, if I did that, then half of the stuff I'm subscribed to, I would unsubscribe. I'd be like Puppy. So there you go. Always one guy. There's more in this community than one guy. There's some pretty hardcore folks in here. I've run into them already, at least 3 times. Kill that like button. Nice. Have you seen Justin Trapinski documentary Expedition Sasquatch? He seems like an honest investigator. I have seen Expedition Sasquatch. I love that. That is pretty awesome. That's good stuff right there. Matter of fact, there's a video that I got not too long ago. Not next week, but the week after, I'll make sure that I have it here on my desk, and I will share it with you so you guys can take a look at that. I think it's really cool, really awesome. So, hello from Desert, Arizona. My oldest son was living down there for a while. I'm new here and love the show, believe, and always keep my eyes and mind open. Me too. Me too. Like I said, 75% entertainment here with the campfire-like stories, but I really like, and I want to kind of mention that I'm taking in reports now. Just need to know basic location, year, state, maybe close to the city of or whatever, and then just fill out your information. If you don't want to use your real name, that's okay. Give me a fake first name, whatever. But I like putting these reports on the site now. I wasn't planning on doing that at first when I started, but then I kind of had the idea of like, well, why not? What I want to do with the reports there is give you guys some more places that are doing serious research. So if Puppy ever comes back, he can go there and kind of take a look through, sift through, and see what might be there and might not be on the BFRO, or might be on the BFRO, and it just corroborates that something really might be happening around that area at that particular time or this particular time. So just one more place to go check those out. So that's why I wanted to do that. Old Pueblo. It's Coonbo. Coonbo? How do you spell it? It's Coonbo. It's Coonbo is how I've seen it 100 million times or more. So yeah. And this is the new t-shirt. I like them. I got the green one. I think I should have got the black one. I don't know. I like the green one. So it's pretty cool. Oh, listening to the podcast before bed when I cannot fall asleep. I don't like listening to myself when I go to bed. I'm sure my wife wouldn't either. She has to hear me all day. I listen to, actually, if you were to ask me what I listen to at night, I usually switch back and forth between Notes from the Field with Jevning to Sasquatch Chronicles to Eyewitness, Bigfoot Eyewitness Radio with Nick Gundiff. So that's what I really listen to most of the time. And I also hit up Bigfoot Tavern with Bono. I don't know if you guys know him, but he's the other one. And usually I'll listen to his stuff at least once a week. I'll go in there and check that out. That's another good one. Bono, you can find him. Infrasound. Wonder how they use it. My encounter, I believe, was with you and definitely had an overwhelming sense of fear, feeling, and leave. Yeah, Deb, like I said, I'd like to interview you and sit down if you want to give me that. Hey, Claudia. Hey, I got your stuff. I saw your stuff. So what I'd like to do, Claudia, if you don't mind, is set up a time to interview with you as well, if you don't mind. So just hit me up on Facebook. Let's just set up a time to do an interview. That way we're there for sure and we're not busy with our lives. And you too, Deb, I'd like to sit down with you and kind of go through your encounter, if that's okay, and just do an interview. I always fall asleep to Sasquatch Chronicles. Me too. I love it. It's kind of like listening to your favorite classical song, classical musical piece. It's just cool. Always fall asleep to Sasquatch Chronicle. Listen to Greenboro. Hey, North Carolina, Greenboro. Hey, do you like the green one too? I like the green one too, Maria. I love it. I think it's great. Thank you for being here. And I'm going to go ahead and write this down right now on my awesome little, look what Gunner sent me. Nice. Sasquatch coffee writing pad. And I'm going to do this right now. We're going to do this, and I'm going to stay on here for about another 10 or 15 minutes. But here's the deal. The first week and the third week of every month here at PacWest Bigfoot, we do this live stream right here, and we like to talk about things. I'll talk and introduce a little bit about what's going on with PacWest Bigfoot, but I really like to talk about subjects, certain subjects. I like to kind of narrow it down, niche it down, and talk about a particular topic about Bigfoot. So what I want you to do is just start feeding me in here. What do you guys, Gunner rocks. Nick, yeah, Nick Condriff, yeah, he's kind of from yeah, Eyewitness Radio. But what I want you guys to do is go ahead and tell me what you guys want to kind of talk about or chat about a little bit here on the old Super Chat on YouTube Live the week after next. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take something out of here and we're going to work with that. If I don't pick yours, don't unsubscribe like puppy. Let's man up, because eventually we're going to get to that subject anyways in here. So there we go. Also, just so you know, I am taking those reports now. They are on the PacWestBigfoot.com site, and you can go there. You can also sign up if you're not a subscriber for a chance to win. How that works is that, like 2018, I go in here and I pick out what I'm going to give away each month on my little calendar. So next month, it's like a coffee mug. And what happens is that my kids, we have this little, I have this little thing, and I just start spinning it all over the place, and then they tap the screen, and it lands on an email, and that name and email is the winner for that month in the PacWest Bigfoot giveaway. So that's basically how it works. It's pretty cool. It's pretty funny. But that's how you only have to subscribe once. People are like, do I have to keep subscribing? I'm like, no, you can't subscribe, resubscribe it, or keep subscribing anyways. LOL, gonna be a phrase now. Don't be puppy. You know, we should do that. Is actually kind of fun. I don't like making fun of people though. I hate that. But I'll tell you what. That's a good phrase. Don't be a puppy. So, and that's kind of like, don't be a hater. Let's not be bullies and haters. Listen, I'm not all politically correct here anytime. Also, so I'm just warning you. I might hurt your feelings at some point. And the thing is I just don't care. I don't. I'm not a politically correct person here. So give me some of those ideas that you guys want to, and Carlos, that is so awesome. We'll put that in there. We'll put that in there from time to time. Don't be a puppy. Don't be like puppy. I think something. What would you guys like to talk about on the third? In the third week, I really like to do that. I really like to dive into a long conversation about something like an hour, and just talk about something. I love to have a Bigfoot encounter here. One, you know, I'm telling you what, a lot of people that have don't don't want to have another one. I could imagine that. What I heard that night walk off was massively huge, and the footprints that we found, you know, 20 years before that was just. My mom ran off screaming just from footprints. So. Love to hear other Bigfoot book reviews. Awesome. I could do that. As a matter of fact, I've been thinking about adding more and different types of content to the website, doing some book reviews and things like that that I've read over time, if you guys would like that. But what do you guys want to talk about on the third week of this month? A good subject about Bigfoot. Just don't mess with my kids and we'll be okay. I'm with you, Ivy. Don't mess with my kids. Where we think Bigfoot lives or goes. What do you mean by that, First Ironclad? Be a little more specific. Where we think Bigfoot lives. P edit. Keep it real. Yeah, keep it real here. Why, puppy? Why? That's funny. Did you guys kill me? What do you make of that old Teddy Roosevelt story in his book? I like that. I'm a huge history buff, not just Bigfoot, but I've actually got books from David McCullough, you know, like 1776, Richard Adams. I've got, you know, Killing England. I've got just all kinds of stuff from back then. I'm really huge on the Revolutionary War and stuff like that, but I'm also pretty big on American history. And I have to say, of all of my favorite historical things that I think are awesome, just events, that has to be one of them. The day that we freed the Jews in Germany. That was awesome. Um, Signing the Declaration of Independence, and the Constitution was awesome. Freeing slaves, that's just beautiful there. Um, and the old Roosevelt with this beast. It's just one of those things for me. So there you have it. Hotspot with a map would be great. I would like to hear about Sasquatch in town limits. You know what? I like that. How do you guys like that one? That is flipping awesome. As a matter of fact, I've got lots of different reports. We can talk a little bit about that. Bigfoot. If you guys don't mind, I'm going to pick that one. Bigfoot in town. I'll put this for the third. There we go. Bigfoot in town, third. Setting it down right here. Boom. With my pen that my email marketing company that I chose gave to me. They gave me that and a whole bunch of other cool stuff. That's a good one. Marion, what a brilliant idea. You're a brilliant person. And you know what? Let's on that one. I'll see what I can do about sharing screen, maybe possibly, or I'll just type in some of the different places you guys can check out, like Google Maps and stuff. And Keith, heck yeah! I'd say the other word, but oh, I'll say hell yeah. It's okay. It's okay. I'm good. We email you where we think Bigfoot lives. You could email me where you think Bigfoot lives anytime. That'd be awesome. As a matter of fact, I'll go on Google Maps and drop the picture part of it, the real live shots, and see if I can see anything. If I find anything out of the ordinary, I'll take a screen capture and send it to you. Tisk tisk. All right, how about 5 more minutes, guys? You watched that Bigfoot video I sent you, Dave, about the big Bigfoot was killed? Yes, I did. Very interesting. That's pretty interesting. Watch your mouth. Thanks. What do you think of Dan Shirley's research videos? I haven't seen the Dan Shirley research videos yet. I'll have to go watch those. Like I said, I'm a Bigfoot enthusiast. I get to do what I can. I'm also an internet marketing coach and consultant during the day to big companies and individuals. So yeah, taking these claims and these of encounters and stuff and creating these cool campfire stories out of them takes up a lot of my time, extra time. So yeah. What do I think about it? Let's see. I liked it. I thought it was really interesting. Still lacked a lot of stuff that I think it's still the kind of information that makes you're still guessing. If you've never seen footprints, if you've never had an experience, you're still going to be guessing even with that one. I hate to say it, but it's true. So, Marion, glad you liked the idea. I love that idea. That's a good one. I had this older lady. She had a little apple orchard around her property. It wasn't a huge orchard or anything, but it was an orchard. 10 or 15 apple trees can create an orchard. And she said that she had one back there that was grabbing apples one afternoon. She'd seen it. So that's an actual report out there. It was pretty cool. Yeah, I'll say it was sad. Anytime little things die, it kills me. I don't like that. I don't like seeing reports about children or baby animals or anything being hurt. That's why I'm a pro-life guy. Life is life. I would love to give you Google Earth location of my sightings. What I found interesting, the Utah Sasquatch had a show talking about good locations. He had a prime location, would be there. Yeah, actually, I know. I know the gentleman personally. He's a friend of William Jevning's as well. I've talked to Rio quite a few times actually, and great research out there. He hasn't done anything in a long time, I suppose, from what I understand. People keep asking me to contact him via and asking him what's going on. I don't know, no idea about that. What I do know is that I will rewatch some of those videos from time to time because I like them. Do you think the Park Service knows more than they say? Do you think Bigfoot sightings are covered up by them? I think they're in on. I think they have the same information that the United States Forest Service has. They're, if you really think about it, they're kind of like FBI, DOJ apparently today. But they've always been like this. The Parks and Recreation, the United States Forest Service, because it's land, it's management. It's just how it is. Body of water, which mine had. What do you think of the dark water Alaska expedition story? I like dark water stuff. I like the expedition story. I've seen that. It's good. Well, chick, about a week, named after a planet that Alf is from. I remember Alf. He was squashing it. Oh, lame. I'm sorry. It's a bummer. Now I'm gonna cry. So I'm gonna actually go out there and check out the Dan Shirley stuff, just to check that out and some of the other stuff that's mentioned in here. And I'll let you guys know more about what I think about that stuff the week after next. So the first week and the third week of every month I like to do this. I'm gonna be getting off here now because I got lots of cool things that I need to do before the kids and the wife get back from their whatever they're doing this morning. So with that, I want to say thank you guys so very much for being here and everything. If you guys have any of your own reports or experiences or anything, please share them with us. Share your little stories with us over there at PacWest Bigfoot. Some of them I might take and actually turn into a campfire-like story if you don't mind. I will usually, if you are a report on the website, I will ask you first before I do that. Just like the other ones that get emailed to me or I find here online, I will email or try to contact people and ask them first if I can do that. So I've learned my lesson once. I got into a little bit of heated trouble not asking, so I should have asked, but there you go. Anything else here? That's about it. What do you think of zombie deer disease? I think I heard something about that one day. I can't remember where. I'll have to go check it out. I don't know much about it, so I don't really have an opinion on it yet, but I'll check it out. Later, Dave. God bless. Thank you. God bless you too, Carlos. You and your family have a wonderful, wonderful, blessed day. Thanks. Have a Bigfoot weekend. Will do, Arlo. Will do. I like that, Arlo. That's a good name. That's cool. That's like a solid name, Arlo. What's up, Arlo? That's good. I like that. God bless you, Dave. You too, Dave. And cool. All right, with that, thank you guys very much for being here. God bless you, and I will see you the week after next. Same bat channel, same bat time. We're going to be talking a little bit about Bigfoot in town or on the outskirts of town. We're going to talk about it. And if you guys can go out there and find any cool reports or anything you want to share right here inside the super chat, please do. And we'll talk a little bit about your findings as well. Okay? All right, with that, from the beautiful Pacific Northwest, guys, God bless.